Hi guys, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, hi, my name is Faith. I'm a registered nurse. On this channel we talk about general leveling up, especially if you are a nurse who want to relocate from their country to the US. This is the channel for you. So today guys, we are going to talk about the exit interview and everything that pertains to it. So let's get right into it.
Holding on with all that you got, giving up on the
So guys, the visa that I'm going to talk about is the EB3 visa. That is the visa for immigrant workers. And this visa gives you permanent residence in the US. In this sense, you'll be able to enjoy every privileges of a US citizen, except that you won't be able to vote, but you can convert it later into citizenship, where you'll enjoy even the right to vote as a US citizen. So with that being said, let me tell you how I'm going to tackle this video. Now, first we'll talk about the documents that you need to have. Second, we'll talk about how to arrange your documents and what I used, which was convenient for me. Third, we'll talk about what to expect on that day. And fourth, I'll give you some of the general tips that I learned as I was going through the process. Now, let's talk about the documents. Before we talk about the documents, guys, as I'm mentioning every document, just put in mind that you have to have at least a copy of that document when you go to the embassy. So you have the original and a copy, or maybe even two if you're that extra. But at least you have to have a copy of each and every compulsory document that I'm going to mention. So I'm going to deal with the compulsory documents and some of the documents that you might just want to carry just in case. The first document that you must have with you is the exit interview notice. That notice, you get it from the email that the embassy sent you when they scheduled you for the interview. So look into your emails and get that embassy interview notice letter. It is usually attached to that email. It's kind of like 3 pages. So go download that letter and print it and have it when you go to the embassy. This will show that you received a invitation for your exit interview. It also has a time when you are supposed to be there. So make sure you have it when you go for your embassy interview. It is a compulsory document. The second document is a job confirmation letter. This job confirmation letter is a letter that your agency will give you, because before you go for that interview, you need to show that you have gotten work in the US. So your agency will send you a job confirmation letter stating how much you are going to be paid by your agency or the hospital that is going to employ you. So please don't forget that. Have an original and a copy. The third document is the visa screening certificate. This certificate is usually comes from the CGFNS. Most of the time, the CGFNS will send it to your agency. Sometimes it may be sent directly to you, but most of the people, it is sent to their agency. So make sure before you go for your interview, ask for your CGFNS visa screening certificate if it is at your agency. If you have it, have a copy of it when you go to the interview. That is very compulsory. The fourth document is your medical results. And the good thing is, some of the medical bodies that are appointed by the US Embassy to handle medical examination for their candidates, they send it to them electronically. In my case, in Kenya, I didn't have to carry this, because when I went to the IOM electronically sent this or medical report to the US Embassy, so I didn't have to struggle with it. So if you are in a country that medical body cannot send it direct, when they give you the envelope from your medicals, don't open it, just carry it the way it is, and you'll give it to the consular officer who will ask for those documents. Don't open it, just carry it and take it as it is. So that's one of the compulsory things that you must have. And also to add, you have to do these medicals early so that by the time you're going for your exit interview, those reports are at the embassy if they have to send them electronically. So just take note of that. Another document that you must not forget is your valid passport. So this is very compulsory. Have a copy of your bio page and the passports. And in the passports case, make sure you also have passports for your dependents or for the other people who are accompanying you to the embassy for the interview. Don't just carry your passport only. So take note of that. Do the bio page copy and have that valid passport. And by valid, I mean at least it shouldn't be expiring in the next 6 months. Another compulsory thing that you're supposed to carry is your previous or expired passports. This is very important. I think they just want to have records of your travels and wherever you have been staying, anything. So if you have previous passports or expired ones, please carry them with you and do copies of the bio page too. So take note of that. Okay, some other documents that you have to have are your original civil documents, and by this I mean your birth certificate. Make sure you have an original and copies. Marriage certificate, if you are married, have a copy and original. Your nursing license, very important. Never forget this. Have your license and a copy. Your nursing certificate, if you are in Kenya, that yellow book, don't forget it. Have a copy of it and carry it also. Another thing that you should not forget is your college certificate. Have this and have a copy of it. Another thing that you shouldn't forget is the consent for a child. If you are a single parent, if you go there, make sure you have consent from the father to allow you to travel with the baby. Or if you are a single dad, make sure you have a consent from the mom to travel with that baby. And also please carry, I think, a copy of their ID. It is important. They may ask or they may not ask, but just carry it. And then another thing that you should not forget, if you adopted a baby, have those adoption documentation if you have to go with that baby. If you are divorced or maybe you are in a marriage and terminated, have a termination document that shows that you are no longer with this person. If you are in military or maybe your partner was in military, have those military records when you go. These are just extra other things that you must if you are in this kind of a situation. If you have any court issues, have court records with you. Another very important thing that you should never forget is your police clearance certificate. Have your police clearance certificate, which is valid at least 6 months. And then also, if you lived in any other country apart from the country that you are in right now for more than 6 months, also have a police clearance certificate from that country. So very compulsory. So apart from the civil documents that I've just mentioned, have a 2x2 passport on a white background. This will come specifically with even the instructions that the emails they send you will have. So don't just take any passport. Do a 2x2 passport size photo and go with it on a white background. Okay, talking about those compulsory documents, I want you to take a pen. If you don't have a pen and a paper, just go pause the video and go take it, because I want to list all the documents as per how the embassy want them and want you to arrange them. So first, the embassy wants you to have a birth certificate with a copy. That's for all your family. Please take note of this as I talk. Birth certificate, very compulsory. Marriage certificate, if applicable. If you are married, very compulsory with a copy. Nursing diploma or degree, you should have it and with a copy. Nursing license, you should have it with a copy. Nursing council certificate, you should have it with a copy. Visa screening certificate, you should have it with a copy. Employment offer letter, you should have it from your agency with a copy. Employment agreements, you should have it with a copy from your agents. This is from the embassy, so don't forget these documents for the life of you. So you'll see a list on the screen. Take note of that list. And then we have two size passport size photos. You should have them. Police clearance from all the countries the applicant has lived in. You must have them. Discharge papers from military, if applicable, you must have. And yeah, that goes for your children and for your husband, any dependent you have. Take note of these documents. Okay, this is a list from the embassy, and I will also write the list in the description box or maybe in the comment section and pin the comment. So just take note of that as we go on. Now, the optional documents that you might just want to carry is the cover sheet, documents cover sheet. That one I was sent from my agency. They just wanted me to have it just in case, because it shows the documents that you submitted to the NVC. Then we have the immigrant visa payment receipt when you are paying for your visa, and immigrant visa application fee, processing fee. That is immigrant visa application processing fee. You may carry it. That is optional. The I-140 approval notice, you may carry it. That is optional. These are just the things that my agency sent me just to go with them, but they were not compulsory. The NCLEX candidate report, proof that you passed NCLEX, very optional. You might just carry it just in case. Those are just optional documents, but the compulsory documents I've listed, and I'll write them in the description box or the comment, and I'll pin it. So look at those two. So now, after we talk about the documents, we are going to talk about how I arranged my documents. And usually I have this file that has all my documents, this file, and right now it's kind of in shambles, but yeah, it is like you just insert your documents in these papers and they will be fine and safe. I like it because these papers just keep your documents safe and kind of new, like you've laminated them. But this is what I usually have. But what I used to arrange my documents at the embassy, I went with this thing. This thing is so big, and this I bought a long time ago. I think it was in 2015, but I found it convenient. It's like a pocket, and it has like compartments where you can put your documents, and it comes with some papers that are written, that they have spaces that you can write here, so you can just remove them and write the name of the certificate here, and like know where the certificate is, but mine dropped, so I had to create others and label them and put them here. But when you buy them, it has those two karatasi papers. So this is the file that I used. I used to put my original and copy in the same compartment, just like that, so that when I was told to arrange my documents according to that list that I've given you, it was easier just to spot where the document is and where the original is. So if you can purchase this, I think Jumia has it if you are in Kenya, or any bookstore that is near you. I'm sure this is something that is all over. Even if you're in the US or wherever, Amazon has it. So nice pocket. You can arrange your documents here and just do a list of these documents before you go to the embassy, and make sure you have all of them here. And it is even very convenient for carrying when you go there. So this came in handy for me. I also worked with this other thing that has most, like, all my documents, so I just carried it just in case they needed something from here. I don't take chances. If I have to go to a serious place where they'll need my documents, this file, I just pick it and go with it. And I know everything, literally everything except my ID card is in here. So those are the things that I use to arrange my documents. And when you go there at the embassy, they'll give you this list, and it has all the documents that you need to arrange before you reach that desk where they ask for your documents. Now, that being said, we will talk about what to expect when you go to the embassy. Now, expect to reach there, and if you came very early, you will need to queue outside for some time. Like me, I got there at 5 and we queued outside. I also got a queue already there, so we queued outside for some time, and around 6 they started calling in people, and at the gate they check you. They make sure you're not carrying anything that is not needed to go inside. So if you are carrying any flash disk, please avoid going with those. Don't carry your power banks, don't carry your laptops, don't carry your iPads. They will not allow you in with them. Don't carry razor blades in your wallets. Yeah, things like that. Like me, I had a flash disk because I used that flash disk to save my videos. So it was in my wallet and I didn't know. So I had to leave it outside. So you can't go in with those. So just make sure you don't carry those metallic things with you. But you might need to carry snacks for your babies. If you have babies, they allow that to go in with you, but don't carry those huge bags, because I saw people with very huge bags and they were telling them to leave outside, and they had to leave it with the security. Like the police officers who are out there, they were kind enough to hold them for us. Even my flash disk, I gave a police officer who was out there. So don't carry that. Now, after that first check, you go inside. Now we go through another check. That check, they will take your belt. If it has, they tell you to remove your belt, and they will take it. They will take your, if you have that medical CD, if you have the chest x-ray CD, if you worked with it, they will take it. They will take your phone, and you just go in like that, and you'll go in. You can carry your bag. For ladies, you can carry your bag, it's no problem. They will take that and keep it for you and give you like a tag from that, the place where they are keeping your belongings, so that when you come, you just take it. Now, after you've given all those, that's the second check. You go in, and when you go in is where you are given this list. This list has the document that they want you to have and how to arrange it. So you arrange it according to this list, and they give you that and they tell you go arrange your documents according to how this list says. So you arrange these documents with their copies the same way this list says. And then after that, after you've arranged, you queue again. There are some officers there who will be taking your documents just the way they are. They will be taking the copies of these documents. So you go there and present all your documents the way they are. After that, you sit out. You are given a number and you just sit there and wait for your name to be called inside. So when you are called inside, it depends. You will go there, and I think the first time, you will go in and give your documents again, the originals. The first time they go through the originals, and tell you to go outside. After you've gone outside, they will call you a second time now for your exit interview. Now when you go for your exit interview, you will meet the counselor. They will ask you to swear by something there that you are telling, the information that you are telling is true and it's you and all that. Then after swearing, now they'll start asking you questions. You will be asked questions. Most of the time, it didn't take, a lot of the people, it didn't take even 10 minutes, the interview itself. So you panic all this time, prepare for this thing all this time, and it can't even take 10 minutes, which is perfectly fine. Who wants to sit in an interview for an hour? So after that, you will know. They'll tell you if your visa is approved or denied or refused. So if your visa is approved, they give you a green form. A green form. If it is denied because maybe you don't have like some documents, they'll give you a yellow form and give you instructions on how to send that form, that document that is missing. If it is refused, they'll give you a red form, a pink form, kind of pink here. That shows that your visa is refused and there's nothing else that can be done. You can't get your visa. So if you go there, that is what to expect. Now, some of my tips when you go there. Please dress comfortably. Dress to beat the cold, because most of the time you'll arrive early and it's cold outside. You'll have to stand outside. If you have kids, dress them well so that they are not in the cold for that time that you are waiting to get in. And another tip that I'll give you is arrive early. Most of the people that were there, the latest people I saw were arriving at around 6:30. So please arrive early. Your appointment letter may say it is 7, but just arrive early and just be there on time. It is just ethical that you be there on time. Another tip that I want to tell you is be familiar with the documents that you are carrying, so that when you go there, you don't start fumbling. What document is this that they are asking for? Be familiar with the documents and arrange them well however you are carrying them. Another thing that I want to tell you guys is don't volunteer any documents that they have not asked. Just give the documents that they have asked for. If they ask for more, if you have them, give it, but don't give things that they have not asked for. Another thing that I want to tell you, generally people say, answer truthfully. Tell the truth. Because these people, they are looking at if you are a genuine person to allow you to stay in the US. Then also something that I want to tell you is just give clear and short answers. Don't go there and overtalk yourself and bite yourself, but shoot yourself in the foot. So just Give clear, short, sweet answers. The other thing that I want to tell you is don't volunteer any information that they haven't asked you. If it wasn't asked, it's okay. Just tell them what they have asked you to tell them. Another thing that I want to tell you is just when you are there, be positive, be confident, look at that officer in the eye, tell them whatever they want to, as in what they ask you, answer it. When you have a positive attitude, smile, it will lighten the mood. It won't even feel like an interview, and the both of you will be happy and your visa will be approved. And also speak with confidence and just have a positive attitude when you go for your interview. With that being said, guys, there is a part 2 for this video. If you have any questions, please write it down, because next week I'm doing a part 2 of this video, and we'll be tackling some of the questions that are being asked at the exit interview, because I'm collecting some data on what people are asked. So, and also, yeah, so just relax when you go there. You won't be sitting in an interview like chair to chair. It will be like a bank counter. So you are there and the other person is on the other side of the counter, and they ask you questions and you answer. So don't dread about this. Just be confident, pray about it, and when you go to that interview, I hope you kill it, and then you get your visa approved and you get your visa. With that being said, guys, thank you so much for sticking around. Thank you for every support that you guys are giving me, and thank you for always supporting this channel. If you haven't subscribed yet, please, it only takes 1 second. Go and hit that subscribe button. If you have learned something from this video, like it so that YouTube can share it with other people who might need this information. And with that being said, I want to say thank you, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.